Growing a simple cut flower garden doesn't have to be complicated or time consuming, nor do you have to have a lot of land or space. In this video, I will show you how easy it is to start a simple cut flower garden. Today we are on my parents' homestead where our cut flower garden is located. So we have two gardens. One's on our own property about 20 or so minutes away, and then we have our second garden out here on their property. So most of the time with our gardens we grow food, mostly food. We have tomatoes, peppers, green beans, okra, all sorts of things that we like to grow and eat and preserve. But a garden isn't just about eating or growing food. It's about beauty as well, and that is one of the reasons why we grow a cut flower garden. So if you look at behind me, we have two bunkers here, or that's what we call them. You'll see that there are two spots here, two slabs of concrete, and this was here when my parents first moved in. And we don't really know exactly what was here, but we think that it was probably used for some sort of building, maybe a chicken coop, maybe some type of shed. But this is where we choose to plant our cut flower gardens. So in here you'll see a variety of different flowers, and then today, as I am finishing planting out this particular bunker, I thought I would kind of come along and show you guys exactly how you can start your own flower garden. So in this video I'm going to talk about when to start your own cut flower garden, where you can get seeds for the flowers, what types of flowers are best for a cut flower garden, and then a bunch of other basic information that you might want to know. And then I will include a link in the description box to the blog that expands on the information and includes some of our favorite resources and also the basics of creating a beautiful bouquet. So if any of that interests you, then follow along. Let's start with the basics as to when to start a cut flower garden. Many cut flowers can be direct sown into the garden come springtime, but if you want to get a jump start on growing, you can start your flower seeds indoors. The time frame of when to start your flower seeds indoors depends on where you live and what variety you are planting. Generally, it is best to begin your seeds about 45 to 60 days before your last frost date. In Ohio, our last frost date is generally around Mother's Day. Before you sow your seeds, you will need to determine your zone number. Knowing what zone you are in will not only help you to know when to begin planting seeds indoors, but it will also help you determine what plant thrives in your area and what does not. We purchase our seeds from hardware shops like Home Depot and online sources like True Leaf Market and Baker's Creek. Since this video is coming out in June and it's past time for starting seedlings indoors, for now it's just best to begin planting your seeds or your plants that you purchase from a greenhouse directly into the ground. Everyone's style of gardening is a little different. We prefer to mulch our garden or use the back to Eden gardening method, which it's also known as. Using our preferred method, I'll show you how to plant the flowers in this video. So to plant a seed or seedling, or even a small plant that you purchase from a greenhouse into your garden, just pull back the mulch until you hit the soil. Sometimes, depending on how deep you have your mulch, you might have to dig a little bit deep. I have found that digging into the mulch is easier with this Japanese style hoe that you see in this video. I purchased it from Amazon, and I'll be sure to include a link to it in the description box. So once you have that pulled back, just add the plant directly into the soil, fill in with dirt, and cover the base with mulch. Now let's talk about some of the best flowers to grow. We had success with things like sunflowers, zinnias, cosmos, dahlias, globe amaranth, salvia, peonies, and celosia. Now there are a ton of other cut flower varieties as well, but these will just give you a basic start. When choosing the best cut flower, you will want to look for a few key characteristics such as a long stem. It needs to be sturdy and strong. You want to look for flower varieties that are drought hardy and that love a lot of sunshine. They should have a long blooming season, and they can last several days after being cut. You'll also want them to be able to hold their shape and form after being cut. Now, since you put all that time and effort into planting a cut flower garden, you will want it to bloom all summer long. Am I correct? A little tip to keep in mind: as soon as you see the flower starting to wither and die, just simply snip or deadhead the flower. This can be done with a pair of clippers or pruners, or even a pair of gardening scissors. By removing the dying flower, the plant can focus on creating more blooms instead of putting its strength into producing seeds. Now, I will mention that not all flowers need to be deadheaded. Many cut flower varieties will continue to produce when the dead flowers have been removed, but some types, such as peonies, will not continue to grow new blooms even if you deadhead them. In the description box, you will see a variety of links, including one to the printable gardening planner that you can download, some more how to start seeds, how to start a garden for beginners, all of that good stuff that helps you to create the best garden this summer. You'll also find a link to the blog post all about creating a simple cut flower garden. There's information on that post about how to create a bouquet, selecting a vase, nourishing your flowers, and what types of flowers and colors go best together when creating that bouquet. I've also included a bit of information about how to make your bouquet of flowers last longer, and I've included some of my favorite resources for starting those flower gardens. Mostly books, but a couple links to other things. Alright, well, until next time, guys, happy gardening!